My name is Joe Bladdick, and welcome to episode 6 of Canadian Mortgage Weekly. So today, I'm excited to be here today for episode 6 of Canadian Mortgage Weekly. We've been doing this now for approximately a month and a half, and what I'd like to do is take a little bit of moments and introduce who we have on the show today and what we're talking about. So first off, we have Sam Thompson. He's a mortgage agent here with Mega Mortgage. He works with us at the office, virtual office now, and during COVID times, and it's been great. And Sam, how are you today?
I'm doing good, Joe. Again, like yourself, I'm very excited to be here for episode 6 of Canadian Mortgage Weekly. And I do want to note before we move on that there will be a draw at the end of this video for last week's contest. As well, for next week's contest, to be entered in to win a $25 Skip the Dishes gift card, you just have to either share this video or comment on this video. So again, if you do that within the next 6 days on next episode of Canadian Mortgage Weekly, we will do another live draw and you could be the winner of a $25 Skip the Dishes e-gift card.
Oh, that's great, Sam. Thanks so much for reminding everybody about this great contest we have going on. We've given away quite a few prizes now.
That's right. Yeah, we have. And everyone's actually quite surprised that they've won. And of course, are really happy because takeout is amazing, especially during COVID.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you to all of you who are entering into the contest right now. If you are entering into the contest over and over again, that is completely fine. And I welcome that. So if you continue to share or comment on our videos, then by all means, we'll make sure that your name is entered into that draw.
That's right.
Awesome. So yeah, we're talking about comments. Sam, we have questions today. Anyone that wants to ask us a question can do so live right here on the show. That's what it's all about. Sam, can you please keep us posted if there's anyone asking a question, and we'll make sure that we get to those. So Sam, these episodes, I mean, I've been hearing a lot on how they become really helpful for a lot of home buyers. I know that with today specifically, we will be talking about the Windsor market. And with the Windsor market specifically, I know that there's a lot of home buyers down in that area that are really excited because it's still an affordable market.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I know that we've been talking about connecting with some real estate agents down in Windsor and getting them connected so that we can sort of, chat about that market that we don't talk about too often.
Exactly. But it is a very booming market in Canada. And we have to recognize that Windsor has traditionally been a lower priced market, but it has been growing very, very quickly in the last few years. And I know that there's a lot of investors that have been going into the Windsor market, buying up rental properties, single family homes, duplexes, triplexes. So today we actually have a special guest. Her name is RuthAnn Osborne, and she'll be joining us in a few minutes just to talk a little bit about the Windsor market. She'll be joining us to give us a little bit of a sneak peek into what to expect for 2021. I really love having these experts, Sam, because we can be as knowledgeable as we can on the mortgage side of things and really help our clients with that side of things. But when it comes to a local expert, nothing really beats that.
That's right. Yeah. And especially in the Windsor market, there are a few things that we see maybe more commonly than others. I know that they do have a lot of new to Canada individuals that are looking to purchase, some people from the US. And the down payment can be treated a little bit differently with that, right, Joe?
It can, yeah. So we do see a lot of Americans looking to buy homes in that area, Windsor and around that area, just because it's so close to the border and makes sense. But if you aren't a U.S. citizen, then it is a little bit more difficult to buy a home in Canada, and it's essentially that you're treated like a non-resident. So if you're a non-resident, which means you do not have any residency in Canada, no citizenship in Canada, you don't have your permanent residency, and you don't even have your work permit, you can still buy a home in Canada, but the qualifications to do that are a little different, and the down payment needs to be at least 20% with most lenders at the very
Right.
minimum. Yeah. And then if you have a work permit, you can bring that down to 10% down payment. And then when you are a permanent resident, at that point, you can get in with 5% down payment. So that is all really key information. And Sam,
Right.
with you working with new to Canada buyers, you probably see a lot of folks that, you know, they have maybe a work permit, but they don't have the 10% down.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, we do have, and again, it's good that you clarified that, because a lot of the conversations I have with new buyers who are new to Canada, there is a little bit of confusion about the down payment amounts. But again, as you're saying, there's lots of programs and incentives that are available to you if you are a new to Canada buyer. And some of them actually work very well in the Windsor market, such as the first time home buyer incentive. You know, as we were saying when we introed the show, the house prices tend to be lower than they are in other areas, which really helps you capitalize on the shared equity loan that you'll receive through the first time home buyer incentive. So we really are excited to start putting those applications through and working with first time buyers in the Windsor market to really capitalize on that incentive amount.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, the first time home buyer incentive is a great thing to help buyers afford more home and have lower monthly payments. So I just saw recently in an article that Windsor is named one of the top 3 most affordable cities in Ontario right now. So that is pretty fantastic. So that's great. You mentioned that first time home buyer incentive. So in the meantime, I think we've done enough chit chatting here. We get RuthAnn on and get her in on our meeting here. So just a reminder for any one of you watching that as you're watching this video, if you have any questions for myself or Sam, or even RuthAnn, as she's joining us here today for the Windsor market, she's a real estate agent down in that market, local to that market, please enter it on the YouTube or Facebook or wherever chat you're on, and we'll make sure that we answer your questions live on air. Hi, RuthAnn, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys this morning?
Not too bad, not too bad. It's a little cold outside, but we're excited to be here, and we're really excited to have you on the show today. And tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you're in real estate and you're down in Windsor, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, thank you for having me on the show. I'm glad to be here and I'm really excited. And my name's RuthAnn Osborne and I work at Deerbrook Realty down in Windsor here. And I love it. You know, it's great to meet new people all the time. And with the market, I mean, the way that it is right now, I get to meet people from Toronto. And the other day I was talking with a guy from Alberta, and we're in Windsor, so our border is right here. So I also get to talk to people from Detroit, which is really cool too.
That is super fantastic. Wow. So you're chatting with people all over Canada, and you mentioned Deerbrook Realty, and when I was chatting with you about your brokerage, you mentioned it's a family-run brokerage, so there's a really good small town community there as well, right?
Yeah, they're independently owned, so
That's
it's right. Yeah, and Windsor is very much like small town Pratt, you know, and which is great. So it's very close knit, and a lot of the guys have been here for forever. And yeah, it's a great place, great atmosphere to be in, lots of great agents.
That's amazing. It's really good to have a brokerage like that behind you. And when you're using a real estate agent, it's really good to make sure you pick not only an agent, but the brokerage. So that's really good that you have a brokerage like that and supporting you. And I'm looking forward to hearing a little bit more about the Windsor market today, because I'm hearing about it. You're telling me about it. And I know we've worked together on a few different things now for buyers in that Windsor market. So tell us a little bit about, maybe the average price of the home. I know you sent us the graphic. I don't know if you want us to put it up now or at the end, but whatever you like.
You know what? At the end, if you could send it out to the viewers that are watching, that would be awesome.
Perfect. We'll do
Something
that.
for them to hold on to and take a look at. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, Windsor's market is bananas, right? Just like everywhere else.
Yep.
But I'm going to give you a couple of statistics, and then I'm going to tell you a couple of things about Windsor. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Because we are unique down here. We have the border down here, and we're unique in just a lot of different ways. So first of all, when I jumped on the MLS this morning, there are only 253 residential homes that are listed right now. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
Wow.
So in a balanced market where the seller and the buyer are kind of on the same level, our historical average would be around 3,000. So we're sitting a little under 10% here in our inventory, right?
That's really low compared to what you would usually have to offer all your buyers.
Right.
Yeah.
So from last year in January, there was 317 homes for sale. Okay. This year, in January, we sold 401. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. But again, like I said, the problem here is that we just don't have the inventory. Okay. There's not a lot to sell in the market.
Yeah.
So yeah, last year, in January, there was 545 homes listed. And this January that just passed, there was only 475. All right. That's pretty different. But what the big difference here is the prices in homes. Okay. So last year, the average home price in January was 377,286. All right. Wow. This January that just passed is 510,716. Right?
That is an enormous jump. That's over $100,000.
Oh yeah, that's the 35.37% jump.
That's a big jump.
That's a big jump. That's 35.37 is a humongous difference. Okay. But here's where it gets exciting, and here's where it gets a little bit mind-blowing. Okay. We're projected to go up another 20%-ish.
Wow.
This year. 20%. Okay. You know what that means? That means that pretty much anything that you buy right now is going to be worth, it's a good investment. You know what I mean?
Because they'll be worth 20% more by the end of the year.
Oh yeah. I mean, you buy a $500,000 home, so that's our average. Okay. You're 20%, you're making like $100,000 on that in a year. That's a good investment.
That's a really good investment. So for any of you watching right now, if you're looking to get into a good market, make some good money on your equity, because right now, as far as I know, it's still tax-free gains as well, right? Yeah, Windsor's a great market to get into because you're getting those gains right now, and they're forecasting those gains in the future. So 20% on an average home price of, you said it was over 500,000 now.
Yeah, 510. Yeah.
510. So that would be a $110,000 gain. Is that right?
Yeah, around there, depending.
For another 20%. Wow.
Another 20%. Yeah.
That would be quite something.
Yeah. I mean, mind blown, right?
Yeah. Anyway, so like, what can buyers expect right now if they're looking for a home and, it's taking some time? Obviously, if it's taking the time to buy a home and finding the home, every month that they're out there, it's costing them a little bit more to get that same home. So what can they do to be prepared and ready so they don't have to wait too long?
Okay, so first of all, I would say that you need to find yourself a good agent. Okay, just getting on the MLS and trying to do it on your own and calling all these seller agents and stuff like that, that is one way of doing it. But because everything is moving so fast, you really need to have an agent, somebody that you can call on a daily basis, who you can email and who you can connect with. And agents love to connect with you. That's what we want to do. We love people, and we love real estate. Yeah. So get yourself a buyer agent that you can work with, that can get you all this information at the same pace that the market is moving. The other thing is you need to contact a mortgage broker, get that pre-approval, find out, get your financial ducks in a row. because you don't need to find out that one of those little buggers has wandered off right in, you know, the middle of negotiations or trying to close. So get all your ducks in a row and have everything lined up, and definitely be working with an agent. Be on that MLS every day, looking at stuff, be contacting with your realtor, see what's new, what's going on out there and stuff like that.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a really good suggestion. I remember when I was looking for a place with my wife, the place we bought 10 years ago, now 11 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. The only way we found it is because we were connected with an agent, and they had sent us like a property search email, and we got this listing in our email, and we saw it and we jumped on it right away. If we didn't jump on it right away, then someone else would have gotten it.
For sure.
And we were so happy to get that house at the time because, you know, it just worked out. So like you're saying, get in touch with a buyer agent like yourself, right? And then you can set them up on a similar search, I imagine, where they can get listings that fit their criteria emailed to them.
Right. And your agent is also going to know about everything that's going on out there. So there might be some off sale homes that are up for sale or exclusive sales.
That's true.
Yeah. And you're not going to know that being on the internet. Like you just can't find it. Right. We know that stuff. And like you said, we can get you in there right away, day one, when you're able to act fast.
Yeah. I see a lot of folks that are trying to find the house themselves, and they'll send me listings that they find on MLS. We'll run the numbers, and then they go to contact their agent, and it's already sold.
Yes.
So that's probably what you're talking about. Off-market listings, exclusive listings that like are not even on MLS yet. They can connect with you to get access to those in the Windsor area, so no one else is competing with. Yeah, that's great.
Right. And the other thing that Windsor, actually this week and last week, oh my goodness, I haven't had so many people contact me about new builds and condo builds and stuff like that. And you know what? Windsor is growing. I will post later on after this on my Facebook page, though it's called Windsor Works. And our city hall just put together everything for their meeting. I believe it was last week. And I've got the whole 100-page PDF for it. And it's all about what Windsor is going to be doing and their plans for the future and stuff like that. So yeah, RuthAnn Osborne Deer Book's my Facebook page, and I will post that if you want to take a look at it. But it has everything about what's going on. Okay, so
great.
We're building here, we're growing here, we're at the top 3 for all of Canada to live in. We are the most affordable, and we are the most affordable because we're growing. Okay, so there's new builds going up. There's new companies. One of the things that Windsor is doing is they're working to connect with international companies and also work with Detroit.
Awesome.
And that is bringing in new business. And that is also bringing in people that are moving from other areas into the Windsor area. And that's making us grow. Like we've got Edison Financial, Quicken Loans, Ultramax, which is a Mexican-based engineering company that has come here to Windsor.
That's great.
And they're projecting they want to do more of that. And so we're seeing houses being built, we're seeing condos being built, and people and investors are wanting to get those builds now and then sell them by the time they're done, and what a great investment. I mean, if we already know that you're going to get 20% ish more. Okay. So that house is going to be done this time next year, 2022. And you turn around and sell it, you're making your money on it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great. Windsor is a great place. And I mean, great place to visit too. It's awesome.
Yeah. I gotta make it down there sometime again. It's hard being up in Aurelia, but we'll have to make a trip down sometime. Because I love Windsor too. It's got the whole boardwalk waterfront with the river there. Ouellette Drive, I think it is, the main strip. I think it is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's our downtown strip. But you know what? Around here, what you need to do is you need to come down here, get yourself a bed and breakfast, because we have so many of them that are nice. They're all on the water. Okay. Yep. Bring the kids, take them to Fort Malden and educate them. Oh yeah, we got a fort down here. We got history down here. Okay, the runners, they all came through here. Like we got history down here in Windsor. But we also are big on wine tours and breweries. Like Windsor's a great place. Come visit Windsor. You're gonna want to buy a property and stay.
That sounds great. And so as you're visiting Windsor, taking a brewery tour, and then, thinking, I'm going to buy a couple rental properties down here, I got to call RuthAnn and get started. How can people get in touch with you? You mentioned your Facebook page, RuthAnn Osborne, Deerbrook Realty. So that's one way. How else can people get in touch with you?
Well, you can always give me a call. The paper that I have there that I'm sending out has all my information on it. You can also come down to our Deerbrook office, which is on 59 Eugenie, and it's right close to Olette that you were talking to. It goes down in there. So you're going to come right to the center of kind of Windsor and see us down here. I also have Instagram. It's all RuthAnn Osborne Deerbrook. So anytime you type that in.
Perfect.
Yeah, but always
Awesome.
reach out, send me an email message, and I'm always looking to connect with new people.
That's great. I don't know if there's any questions right now, Sam, for RuthAnn, but just a reminder that if anyone's watching that has a live question for RuthAnn, ask now. And if you are watching this video between now and next week, feel free to leave your question. We'll make sure RuthAnn gets it. And if anyone wants a copy of the document with all the stats on Windsor, I'll make sure that we get that to you as well. Anyone that's watching, just put a comment below saying, please send me a copy, and we'll make sure that we send you a copy.
Perfect.
So yeah, I don't know if Sam, is there any questions there? And if not, yeah.
Yeah, we actually do have one question
Great
from
stuff.
Alex. Again, Alex, thank you for watching. I think you're on us every week. But his question is, how long do we think this crazy market is going to last? Is there an end in sight before the crash? And what happens to these people that are paying up to $100,000 over asking when the market crashes and it goes down? I think that's a pretty common question. Lots of people, is the market going to crash? Is it going to keep going? So yeah, it's a great question.
Yeah, okay. So thank you very much for your question, Alex. That's awesome. Yeah, and we hear this every single day. And honestly, in life, who knows what's going to happen. However, we do have our statistics, and I do love statistics. I'm a statistics person. And we also have down here in Windsor anyways, our politicians, our union workers, our mayors are working really hard to build up Windsor so that we don't have those issues. Like I said, we're bringing people in. We're not just down here in Windsor doing our own thing, stuck in the old way of doing stuff, okay? We've got Chrysler's, the big three. That's primarily what we've been. We're not losing that. We are going to be changing over to building like electric motors and electric cars. So I believe by bringing in, working with Detroit and working with international other cities and towns and stuff like that, as well as just changing kind of the way that we do business, we're going to be attracting people to Windsor. And if we do have a market crash, I don't believe it's going to be anytime soon, just because of the things that Windsor is putting in place to ensure the growth of our community and to continue to keep the rate of pay up so that people can buy houses, you know?
Yeah, I agree with Dan. The rate of pay in Windsor has been going up with what you're saying. The employers coming in, investing in the community and building those factories and offices to support the community. And also with regards to Alex's question, I want to respond to that myself with two different things. One is Windsor is an outlying community to Toronto. And I know right now there's a big exodus. It's reported everywhere. Everyone's moving out of Toronto. And where are they going? They're going outside of Toronto. They're going to find a place that they can buy with cash and not have a mortgage. And that's a place like Windsor. That's a place like, maybe Chatham or, Wallaceburg, wherever you need to go. Like you can find some good places there. And it's the places where people are leaving from that would have any sort of softening to the market, if anything, because like you're saying, Windsor's attracting the people from Toronto. So if more people want to buy houses in Windsor, it's just going to keep building onto that market. Second thing I wanted to say, and it kind of goes off what you're saying, is that like statistically, houses have been growing. And because of that, like I look at articles that came out a few years ago when we had the first big, huge boom in 2016, 2017. And there was articles from CMHC saying the house market's going to crash next year, all this stuff. Well, those people are further ahead. Even when they bought at the top of the market then, they're further ahead now. And if we would have listened to CMHC then, those people would have lost out if they hadn't bought. So they're saying, there's some articles saying that now, but if we listen to them, it's very sensational. I find they assume a lot. If this happens, if this happens, if this happens, if this happens, and if this happens, this will happen. But it's like, it's not really a probable situation. And anyway, I know it's a big, long answer, but I agree with you, RuthAnn.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of information out there and you got to kind of pick through it and decide. I mean, even when investors are looking at stuff, right, they're looking at the probability of risk, right?
Exactly.
And I mean, those go along. There's some that are just, you know, there's this one risk, and then there's other things like if this happens, then this might happen as well. And I think that when you see so many people coming investing in Windsor that aren't just investing in our housing market, but they're investing in our business world, that they're bringing their major corporations to our city, I think that that tells you a lot about they've already looked at those risks. I mean, they pay people to look at those risks and make the right decisions for them. You know, and if you go off of those people's decisions, who have all those people behind them, then you can kind of see that this is we're kind of in a good position here. I really, and you know what, people moving out here. Joey and I talked about a guy the other day from Texas. All right, he messaged me, and this is a great example of Windsor. So he's working on getting his status, and he's like, you know, I have a job where I can now work from home, which means that I can live anywhere. And he goes, I've been looking at Windsor. And he goes, I want to move down to Windsor, get myself a wife, get married, and have some kids. And I thought, hey, you know, I mean, people want to live here. People want to get married here. They want to have their families and they want to grow here. And that's just excellent.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, thanks, RuthAnn. I appreciate you coming on today and sharing these stats with us. I know that anyone watching, you know, this is very good information. And if you have any other questions for RuthAnn, we'll make sure that if you contact us, we'll pass your name on to RuthAnn, and you can get in touch with her and she can start showing you some properties or start sending you out some listings. And RuthAnn, we have a webinar we'll be doing as well, right?
Yes.
Next month. So I want to make sure that anyone watching that is a first-time home buyer, that if you're watching, keep an eye out for my Facebook page or RuthAnn's Facebook page for our upcoming webinar for first-time home buyers. We'll make sure that in that webinar that we can tell you all the tricks, tips, and any rebates and grants and credits you can get back from the government as well when you're buying your first home. That's all very important stuff. So I look forward to that. I don't have the date with me here, but I know that we set a time for that. So I'll make sure that we post that later.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks, RuthAnn. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and thanks for joining us.
You guys too. Thank you so much for having me.
My
Bye.
pleasure. Bye. All right. Thanks, RuthAnn, for joining us. I appreciate it very much. It's really great when a local expert takes their time to share their market with us. And so we can then turn around and give you those statistics so we can help make you a more informed home buyer. Sam, is there any other questions? And if there's not, maybe we can remind people about the draw.
Yeah. It looks like that was the only question that we had for this week. But again, there is still time. If you have a question, you're watching this video after Wednesday, feel free to just type that out in the comment section, because it is a 2-for-1. Your question also counts as an entry into our weekly draw that we do at the end of every episode. Again, as this is episode 6, we are going to be having our 6th draw. And what you're entering to win is a $25 e-gift card for Skip the Dishes. So if you love takeout as much as Joe and myself, we'd love to get you your own gift card to keep those purchases going.
All right. Thanks very much, Sam. I'm going to see if I can turn on the correct sound profile here for the drum roll.
Right.
Yeah. looks like for whatever reason that is not letting me do that today. So I hope you guys hear this. I'll make sure I play it a little quieter. Are you ready with the names there, Sam?
I am ready.
All right, here we go. Drum roll, please. All right, not sure if you guys heard that, but the winner is.
And the winner is Alex McCoolson again. Congratulations.
All right, congratulations, Alex. We'll make sure that we connect with you this week and reach out to you to get you that card. So thanks for watching again, everybody. Make sure to like, comment, share, get this episode out there. And if you share or comment, we'll enter you into next week's draw for a $25 contactless gift card. Sam, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, awesome. So our next episode, if you can join us, will be on February 17th at 10:30 on Wednesday. Sam and I will hopefully be ready to go with some more new market updates for us, mortgage news, and maybe we'll get a special guest as well. All right, so hope you guys all have a great day. And if you have any questions, please reach out below and we'll make sure we'll get